Questions?
After the Pelicans game, you mentioned how you were happy with how they gave up semi-contested three-point opportunities, give up a good shot to get a great shot. Did you feel like that was happening in this game as well?
Initially, to start, I felt our movement was good in the first quarter. And then a little bit in the second quarter, that 31-21 quarter, I think we got a little stagnant there and, started to let some missed shots affect the ball movement. And but overall, we had 27 assists on 39 baskets and a ton of wide open looks that we missed. And we could have had 35 or more if we made some shots. And so overall, I think the movement was decent other than that lull in the second quarter.
And defensively, you guys gave up a ton of points, especially in the middle quarters there. What was going on there?
I think foul trouble hurt us with our aggression a little bit there. Guys started playing safe a little bit there, but that's a team that, really pushes the pace in transition and has multiple scorers in the half court. So it's going to be tough enough if you have all your bodies and not in foul trouble. So we had to scramble some lineups with obviously Rob and Marcus being out, but Jayson and Grant getting foul trouble put us in some disadvantageous positions. We had Ennis out there when they were smaller. And I think overall, just a little bit of mixing and matching lineups and trying to find the right pieces with our guys down.
I know you kind of said you've been waiting for guys to hit that average, to get back to their career numbers. How tough is that process to wait for guys to kind of get to that level when you're having games like this where you're just missing a lot of open shots?
Yeah, I mean, it probably, starts to wear on guys a little bit there. But then we'll break out of it and have a game where we, shoot it around 40, and then it's obviously a different ball game as far as that. So, my thing is take the right shot. I mean, there's nothing better than a wide open one. So if the ball movement is there and guys are missing, nothing you can do about that. They're not trying to miss the shot on purpose, and they're not, taking tough contested ones. We like to mix in some stuff downhill. Obviously, a guy's flying at you and your shot's not falling. How can you impact the game in other ways? And so that was the message to the guys when shots aren't falling. What can we do on the other end? Rely on ourselves defensively, like always, but impact the game with your ball movement and passing as well. And I think we did that for the most part and got the good looks. So that's a little bit frustrating there because we know it'd be a different outcome if we knock down some of the open shots.
With Jayson, he's really trying out there, and it just seems like it's not going down. A lot of open looks tonight. Yeah. Could it be mental? Could it be something that he's just thinking about too much?
I mean, it's our team in general and certain players. It's been a night to night thing. Some nights they're shooting a regular or a hot streak, and then some nights they have some off ones. So I don't think Jayson's a guy you have to really worry about thinking about it too much. He comes out and takes the right shots, and I like when he's more aggressive getting downhill if the shot is not falling. But like I said, he was 0 for 7 from 3, and probably 5, 6 of them were wide open. So he's not going to pass those up regardless of if the ball's going in or not. And so my message to him and the others is how can you impact the game in another way if your shot's not falling? And so I felt that's the area we could have improved on tonight.
He's been not as good this year from the 3 as he has been in previous years. You look at video, have you seen something that he's doing, or is it just a matter of missing shots?
I would say missing. Honestly, we look at shot quality. We look at all the numbers of what he's done in his career until now, and they're as good or better shots. So if he's playing off of guys and they're getting wide open looks or creating his own shots, we expect those to obviously go down eventually. And it's not just Jayson's across the board. I think, like I said, Jay Rich and Grant are the 2 guys that are shooting above their career averages. So that hurts you somewhat. Obviously, be some different outcomes if we shot the ball better. But you stay with it, stay confident, and continue to make the right play.
Terry's a guy who enjoys coming in here and doing what he did tonight. I mean, how do you feel about the way he was defended?
He got loose a little bit. They do a lot of small slipping him out he got some open shots out of that. I think we were careless with the ball at times. Also let them get on transition, which is a team that you don't need to help as far as that. And so obviously he's playing extremely well this year. And I don't think our defense was the best on him at times, losing them somewhat and letting them get some open shots to get in the rhythm. And once he gets there, obviously he's dangerous. And like you said, looks forward to coming back here. So not the best overall on him. we were holding a lot of their guys down in the first half, and then Oubre and McDaniels really came off the bench and hurt us. So I thought we were decent overall, and some other guys really hurt us there. But you know, he had a great game, obviously.
What do you think the zone look gave them, especially in the fourth? And is it you know, so minimal practice time? Like, do you guys feel comfortable where you're at with things like that? Kind of spur of the moment.
Yeah, change the pace a little bit. You know, obviously with 2 bodies down, 2 starters down, and foul trouble, we had to kind of protect the guys that were out there. So we switched it to that to break their rhythm a little bit. And I think it worked well overall. Some offensive rebounds we gave up out of it, and maybe a 3 or 2, but it changed the pace, changed their rhythm, slowed them down a little bit there. And we did a bunch against Philly. It's pretty basic as far as that, and we talked about and walked through it in the last few practices that we want to sprinkle it in. You know, not be a full-time staple, but if it can impact the game like it did, we'll go with it.
And you guys got into the penalty with like 9 minutes left in the fourth, and then didn't take another free throw, I think, the rest of the game. Is there things you can do to, like, when you're in that situation, to, you know, whether it's being more aggressive, running certain sets and actions that may, you know, draw fouls, things like that?
Yeah, I mean, we're a team that switches a lot, like they were doing. You know, obviously breaks up some of your rhythm offensively, similar to what we do to teams. And then we want to attack from there. And I think the foul trouble in general with Jayson and some guys, it might have affected them offensively. Got a little hesitant there and not as aggressive again downhill. So that hurt us, and we knew we were in the bonus talking about attack and get to the basket a little bit more. And I think we, you know, drove it in, got a little sloppy, some turnovers, transition, playing in the crowd, but didn't take advantage of that fourth quarter being that early, obviously.
Where you were talking about, you wanted Jayson to try to find other ways to play out of it when he's in a slump. When he's kind of gets into that mode where, like, he comes down in the middle of the fourth quarter, has the defender kind of off him a little and just pulls up right into a 3. Do you want him to try to work the play in those moments, or if he feels like he has a good opportunity to get out of the slump, go for it there?
I mean, it depends on the look, honestly. He knows the space and the right shot to take, what he needs as far as that, and then it's a feel. Like I said, I loved what he did last game when the shot wasn't falling and he got downhill and attacked a little bit more, got to the free throw line, got to the basket. I think part of the foul trouble affected him overall, as well as some other guys. And that's why my message to the team was, what can we do to impact the game when the shot's not falling, and not let it affect us on the defensive end or offensively get hesitant. So we'll learn from that, and he's still learning and growing as far as those things. And more often than not, he gets it right.
I mean, he, you know, in the past, he kind of had to find different ways to score to get out of it, but his playmaking's grown so much now, he can kind of sit back and pick and roll and try to pick a defense apart. So do you think he needs to be kind of reminded of what he's able to do as a playmaker to try to find a way to navigate the game?
You know, at times I think he relies on the shot, and you know, I mentioned against Valanciunas last game, the first play of the game, taking a, you know, contested 3 when he has a, you know, 7-footer switch on him, and at times just be in attack mode. And I think with our team in general tonight, Jay Rich happened a few times, Jalen happened a few times where we're getting downhill, and you have to remind them that the crowd is coming, the help's coming, and see your outlets. And so I felt we weren't as good as we had been in previous games of penetrating and kicking when we drew a crowd. And that goes with Jayson also. He, you know, he can get to the basket pretty much at will, but he is settling at times and trying to draw fouls. I'm telling him, you know, find your outlets, go looking to score, not to get fouled. So.
Wrap it up right there. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.